And I have easy score. I actually have no, no, I have it here. I just have to actually get it started. Okay. Testing, testing. We are live from Hünstetten Field for, well, what was going to be only one game, but because of the weather in Cologne canceling yesterday's contest in Cologne, we will have a doubleheader today. Continuation of game one will take place here at 1 o'clock. The lineups for the Cologne Cardinals: number 21 at shortstop, Roman Trujillo. At catcher, number 5, Vincent Arens. Number 3, Moritz Jodeke playing first base. The DH, number 9, Paul Statler. Number 18 playing second base, Eli Musini. In right field, yesterday was number 6, Finn Niemeyer. He's been replaced as a pinch runner to start us off here by number 28, Jakob Bolt. Also, third baseman Ramiro Alessandro has been replaced by number 4, Carl Wenzel, as another pinch runner, as we are picking up in the bottom of the second with 2 on and no outs. In left field for the Cardinals will be number 48, Christopher Goebel. Center field, number 10, Nicholas Piontek. And the pitcher for the Cardinals, number 37, Finn Freisberg. The only changes for the Hünstetten Storm is that Rogelio Maldonado has been replaced by number 31, Phil Meyer, in left field. Defensively for the Storm, we have Noah Lawrence at first base, Sammy Guilherme at second, shortstop Petey Kiefer, third base Josh Harrison, left field Phil Meyer, center field Ian Hardman, right field Oliver Yoakum. Behind the dish, one of our new acquisitions, Kane Fowler, and on the mound, Patrick Mitchell. Looks like we're about to get underway here as the pinch runners have taken their bases. And it will be Christopher Goebel, number 48, stepping into the right-handed batter's box. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening to the few of you that are here, since we are starting an hour earlier than, or 2 hours earlier than originally advertised, but this is game one, continuation from yesterday. The Cardinals are the home team, and the Storm are the visitors for game one. Pitch from Patrick Mitchell in there for a called strike to Goebel. As I said, this will be a two games we played today. Game one will go 9 innings. We're already in the second inning. Game two will be 7, as it is game two of what would, it's effectively a doubleheader. So Patrick Mitchell with a fake throwback to second to get the lead runner back on the bag. Lead runner number 28, Jakob Bolt, who is replacing Finn Niemeyer from yesterday. Not much in the way of changes for either team. We're hoping we can actually get in at least this first game, as the weather off to our west is rather foggy, and there's thunderstorms in the forecast for later this afternoon. Bunt shown, but ball gets away all the way to the backstop, and runners advance on the wild pitch. And we have a 1 ball, 1 strike count now on Christopher Goebel. So after the wild pitch, runners advance. Next pitch hit to second baseman Jimmy Gourmet, throws over for out number 1. Runner from third comes across and scores. And that means that the Cardinals retake the lead. It was tied 1-1 yesterday when play had been suspended. They now lead 2-1, 1 out. That brings up the bat Nicholas Piontek. And the first pitch, Piontek, in there, called strike on the inside. On deck is Roman Trujillo, number 21. Mitchell's next pitch in the dirt, ball 1. I want to give a very big shout out to our grounds crew as they worked tirelessly this morning to get the field in playable condition, as we did have thunderstorms through most of the overnight and early into the morning. We did have flooding, much like they had in Cologne, which stopped play, but we were able to actually get the field into a playable condition. The pitch from Mitchell was a ball in dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike count now with 1 out. Next pitch, low, ball 3. As I said, we're trying to hopefully get at least 1 game in before the rains come. We'll see what happens. The 3-1 outside is a walk. Runners now at the corners with 1 out. Brings up the bat number 21, Roman Trujillo. Trujillo to shortstop. Slowly walking in to the batter's circle. As our catcher Fowler giving defensive signs to the infield. Mitchell's pitch swung on and missed. Oh, foul tip. On plate umpire signals. Foul tip for strike 1. Glance back, Piontek at first. Mitchell's 0-1. Oh, steps off. Sends the runner back to their bases. Now Trujillo is looking down at his skipper at third base, getting the signs. See what he needs to do here with 1 out and 1 strike. Mitchell checks the runner at first. Throw over. Almost picks him off as Piontek's able to get a hand back in just underneath the tag from Noah Lawrence. Trujillo once again looking down to his skipper at third base, trying to get the signs, see if anything has changed. Wouldn't be surprised if it's a hit and run. The 0-1 swung on, fouled. Catches the home plate umpire. Home plate umpire catches the foul ball in the leg. He only has protection on his chest, not on his legs. He's signaling he doesn't need any assistance, but you can tell it hurts. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. So as the umpiring crew come together behind home plate, giving home plate umpire a little bit of a breather, We'll see what happens here. So pause in the action. Once we find out anything, we'll let you know. Oh, looks like the infield umpires are returning to their positions. Home plate umpire is gingerly resetting himself, indicating that it is an 0-2 count on the shortstop Trillo. Throw over, but Piontek actually gets back in with no tag needed. On deck is the catcher, number 5, Vincent Arenas. Oh. Piontek's running. No throw. Stolen base on ball 1. No, they 1-2 count, 1 out. Runners at second and third. Pitch swung on and hit, just lofted into the outfield. Both runners come around to score on the RBI single from Trillo. The 2 RBI single from Trillo makes it 4-1. Still just in the bottom of the second. That brings up the bat the left-handed catcher Arenas, batting now with runner at first base. Still only 1 out. I do see some fans slowly walking into the stadium since this was a short notice of having the game being resumed. First pitch is outside for ball 1 to Arenas. Having just even a few fans here is actually good to see. We'll see if the weather keeps more people away. The 1-0 is high for ball 2. On deck is the first baseman, Yodiki. Oh, very close at first base. Almost got the runner. First base umpire says no. He was able to touch base before the tag. Mitchell's 2-0 pitch. High, ball 3. Let's see if Hernandez has the green light. Nope, it is a 4-pitch walk. Brings up the bat number 3, Moritz Yodiki. So on that 4-pitch walk, now brings runners to second and first. Up to bat now is the first baseman number 3, Moritz Yodiki. First pitch is low, ball 1. Quick look back at second before the pitch. Swung on, tapped, tagged, and it's a double play to end the inning. Sammy Guerme fields the hopper, tags the runner out as he runs past him, throws over to Noah Lawrence for out number 3. So after 2, Cologne Cardinals 4, Hünstetten STORM 1. As we go into the top of the third, Storm down 4-1 to the Cologne Cardinals. As pitcher Finn Freisberg is taking his warm-up tosses. He will face the 9-1-2 for Storm. Our catcher, number 5, Kane Fowler, followed by number 18, shortstop Petey Kiefer, and number 8, second base, Sammy Guerame. I want to welcome those of you who are joining us live on YouTube. We do welcome any chat, so if you decide to let us know you're listening, watching, regardless, welcome to chat. Please keep it clean and respectful. Kane Fowler has stepped into the box. First pitch he sees, catches the outside for called strike one. Next pitch swung on and missed. Quickly 0-2 on our catcher. And it's a 3-pitch strikeout to Kane Fowler to open up the top of the third inning. Brings up the bat, number 18, Petey Kiefer. Left-handed Petey Kiefer in the batter's box now. And the pitch is in there for a called strike. But next pitch is bounced up in there outside for a called ball. 1-1 count with 1 out. Petey Kiefer swinging on a pitch that was inside. A little, foul ball bounced down the third base line. 1-2 count now with 1 out on Petey Kiefer. Kiefer just stuck the bat out there to keep the at-bat alive. Ball foul and out of play. But swing and a miss on a pitch low and outside for a swing strikeout. Number 2 brings up the bat. Number 8, second baseman Sammy Guerame. Guerame makes it on base. It will be Josh Harrison, our third baseman, who's on deck right now. First pitch, Guerame called strike 1. Freisberg's next pitch is outside. 1-1 count with 2 outs. So far, the weather doesn't look like he's getting any worse or any better, so hopefully it does get better. We'll see. 1-1 fouled into the wheat fields behind the press box here. Now it's a 1-2 count with 2 outs. No kids running out into the wheat field, but I do see an adult trying to slowly walk through the wet field. 2-2 as the ball rode in on the inside of Sammy Guerame. Low and inside, ball 3. Now Sammy Guerame is able to work a full count with 2 outs, no on. 3-2 pitch swung on and hit high down the right field line, and caught just before the fence. As we're going into the bottom of the third inning, Storm down 3 runs to the Cologne Cardinals. Patrick Mitchell taking his warm-up tosses. He will face the designated hitter, Paul Statler, followed by the Eli Mussini and Jacob Bolt. That's who the Cardinals are sending up for this half inning. Do see action just beginning in the Storm bullpen. Not really surprising considering Patrick Mitchell had warmed up and had thrown 23 pitches yesterday in the rain-shortened game. But it's not so easy once you get started to shut it down and then start back up again after even a night's sleep. So we'll see how long Mitchell is on the mound for us. Right now he's at 47 pitches. Mitchell's done with his warm-up tosses. So it will be the designated hitter, Paul Statler, number 9, stepping into the right-handed batter's box with Eli Mussini on deck. Mitchell has a sign. First pitch of Statler is inside for a ball. The 1-0 to Statler. Catches top of the zone, called strike 1. One fouled at the plate. Strike 2. Thankfully, the home plate umpire didn't get hit by this foul ball. Check swing does not go around. Ball 2. 2-2 count, leading us off here in the bottom of the third inning. I do see more fans coming in. Either they're thinking they're early or they're slowly coming in to game 1. 2-2 swung on and hit deep to right field, and it is out of here. Just over the DBL banner. It is a home run from Paul Statler. Makes it 5-1. As he comes around, it will be number 18, Eli Mussini, the second baseman, next up for the Cardinals. Mitchell has his sign. Catcher setting up outside. Swung on and hit off of Noah Lawrence's knee. but doesn't get far enough away for Musini actually to make it past first base. So that hit off of our first baseman brings up Jacob Bolt, the right fielder. Still no outs here in the bottom of the third inning, as the first pitch to Bolt is fouled back behind home plate. On deck is number 4, Carl Wenzel. Mitchell with a quick check at the runner at first, who is taking a 2-step lead. Mitchell steps off, sending the runner back. Pitch is inside for a ball. 1-1 count, no outs. Runner at first. Oh, beautiful pitch. Mitchell's 1-1 pitch curves in there for a called strike. Now it's a 1-2 count on Bolt. Runner not going, but unfortunately, ball is a little bit low, blocked by Fowler behind the plate. 2-2 is the count. Next pitch, though, is fouled back to the net behind home plate. Bolt keeps the at-bat alive. Quick check at the weather report and radar. Looks like we do still have a brief window. Maybe we can get a few more innings in. I hope to actually get at least one game of our 2 games in the books. Throw over. Doesn't quite get to the runner at first. The 2-2 to Bolt. Swung on and hit, but foul. Sends the runner back. Musini was running on that play. Count still 2-2. Now Mitchell has a fresh ball, as I do see more fans slowly walking up. Even though the weather is not the best, it is nice to see fans out in attendance here at Dickman Field. The 2-2 for Mitchell. Swung on and hit. Fielded by the shortstop, who throws over for out number 1. Moves runner to second. But we do have first out of the inning. Brings up to bat number 4, Carl Wenzel. Menzel batting with a teammate at second and one away here in the bottom of the third inning. Patrick Mitchell taking a long look in, too long for Wenzel, who calls time. Quick look back at the runner at second, who's going. It is a strike, but the throw goes into left field. Runner comes in and scores on the errant throw. Makes it 6-1 Cardinals. Not ideal at all. It is a 1-ball, 1-strike count now on Wenzel. Error on the catcher. The 1-1 tapped. Missed by Noah Lawrence. It is an infield single. Just barely makes it into the outfield as it does get past Noah Lawrence and a diving Sammy Guerme. Brings up the bat the left fielder, number 48, Christopher Goebel. But that looks like the last pitch from Patrick Mitchell. As manager Lionel Chatham takes the ball from Mitchell. Looks like we will be seeing Jose Pimentel coming in relief. Patrick Mitchell, 62 pitches on both days, so 62 pitches for game one of this two-game series. He went 2 1/3 innings, gave up 5 runs, 4 walks, excuse me. So now we will have Jose Pimentel taking his warm-up tosses. Kane Fowler getting back behind home plate, allowing Pimentel to have his warm-up tosses. Pimentel will face Christopher Goebel with Carl Wenzel on base at first base with 1 out here in the bottom of the third inning. It's an unfortunate outing for Patrick Mitchell. Yesterday, weather was a factor as it was raining in Cologne while he was pitching for first and second inning. Having the break in action as he resumed pitching duties this afternoon for continuation of game one. Just was not able to locate where he wanted to. Gives way now to number 99, Jose Pimentel, who is coming in relief. Home plate umpire signaling 2 more warm-up tosses before we resume action. Warm-up tosses are over. That is sending up to the batter's box, number 48, the left fielder, Christopher Goebel. First pitch from Pimentel to Goebel. Chopped, foul down the third base line. Strike 1. I do see more cars showing up, so that's a good sign. Maybe have some more fans joining us. Pimentel's looking in, has his pitch. The 0-1 swung on and tapped, fielded by third, throws the second for one out. Safe at first as Noah Lawrence is not able to handle the relay throw. Wenzel is out at second as Harrison's able to throw the ball to Sammy Guillerme. Out at second, but safe at first on the fielder's choice. Brings up the center fielder, number 10, Nicholas Piontek. Piontek batting with a runner at first and 2 outs. First pitch from Pimentel that he sees. Oh, no, throw over. Keeping Gibble from advancing too far off of first base. Another throw over. Gerbils back in. They're safe. Fowler setting up just a bit outside. Pimentel's first actual pitch to Piontek doesn't catch the zone. It is a called ball. Now Pimentel's 1-0 pitch. Runner is going. Ball. Oh, no, it is a called strike, but runner is able to make it in with a stolen base. Called strike. Unfortunately, the throw was just a little more to the shortstop side of second. Keeping the tag from being applied. Now with 2 outs, 1-1 count, runner at second. Pimentel steps off the mound. Pushing Gerbil back to second. One pitch. Oh, doesn't catch the inside zone. All right. So it is now a 2 balls, 1 strike count. Not questioning the umpire's pitch on that. It could have gone either way. The 2-1 swung on, fouled, basically into the dugout of the Cardinals. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pimentel with a long look in. Look back at the runner at second. The 2-2. Hit and run in play, but ball is hit the wrong direction. Ball is hit foul and out of play. Pimentel with a long look in. Now a look back at second. Multiple lookbacks. Time is called by the batter, which is expected. Pimentel back at it. Petey Kiefer was dancing, but high throw by Fowler. Stolen base. Ball 3. Gilbert was running on that regardless of a hit and run or not. Took off running before Pimentel even came set. Now it's a full count with 2 outs and a runner at third. Swung on. Foul tip. Catcher could not hold on to it. At bat stays alive. Large group walking in. Looks like it is a soccer club from Idstein, is what I'm hearing. Idstein being neighboring city, not too far from here. They're having their end of the season party. Glad they're here. That is a called strike 3. Beautiful curving pitch. Looks like Piontek had other ideas, not too happy with home plate umpire calling that a called strike 3, but end result is end of inning. Going into the top of the 4th inning, Storm down 6-1. Going into the top of the 4th inning, Storm down 6-1. Freisberg taking his warm-up tosses. He'll face Josh Harrison, Noah Lawrence, and Orlando Del Moro. Josh Harrison stepping into the right-hand batter's box now as warm-up tosses are over. First pitch high and outside for ball 1. Josh Harrison swings and fouls. Next pitch off into the wheat fields. 1-1 count. The 1-1 from Freiberg. Swung on, tapped. Fielded by the second baseman who throws over to first for out number 1. Brings up our first baseman, number 66, Noah Lawrence. Little break in the action as Josh Harrison walking back to the dugout. First pitch to Lawrence outside, ball 1. Next pitch in there for strike. 1-1 count with 1 out now. On deck is Del Moro. Oh. Time is called as Ball get away down the right field line. Now Freisberg's 1-1 pitch as the catcher sets up on the inside. Doesn't catch zone. Ball 2. 2-2 count now. That pitch just a bit out of the zone. Noah Lawrence now has a full count. But strikes out looking as the next pitch does catch the outside zone. Brings up the bat our designated hitter, number 48, Orlando Del Moro. Del Moro stepping now in the right-handed batter's box with 2 outs. He makes it on base. It will be Ian Hardman. But the first pitch he sees is a called strike. Oh, next pitch. Called strike low in the zone as Freisberg looks like he almost fell off the mound with that pitch. Quickly, Del Moro's in a hole, 0-2. Swings and misses at next pitch for a quick strikeout. Quick 3 up, 3 down sends us to the bottom of the 4th. Storm down 6-1. As we're going into the top of the bottom of the 4th inning, I do see that we are getting a fire pit lit as temperatures here have fallen a bit. Yesterday we had a very lovely summer weather day here in our area. I believe the high yesterday was between 32 and 34 degrees Celsius. But right now we're facing temperatures of cloudy and 17 Celsius. Feels like it's about 16, 15, 16 degrees, which with the wind makes it feel even colder. Not exactly baseball weather, but that is spring weather for our area of Germany. The warm temperatures from yesterday was not typical. We are not actually in summer just yet. Pimentel's warm-up tosses are just about over. He'll face the top of the Cardinals order, Trujillo, Arenas, and Yodike, the 1-2-3. So a very, very warm, and I say that without making a joke, no pun intended, very warm welcome to all the that are tuning in here live on YouTube. If you feel entitled, please like and subscribe to Storm TV. And if you're in the area, know that you can come up to the ballpark here at Dickman Field. I see a large group have joined us. It's very nice to see on this not very pleasant afternoon. First pitch to Trio, inside ball 1. We might be the Hünstetten Storm, but we don't like playing in storm-like weather. Next pitch catches the outside, 1-1 count. Still fortunate for both teams, the rain is holding off. Next pitch bounced for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike count now to Trujillo. Unfortunate. Pitch gets away from Pimentel, hits Trujillo in the back. That's the getting on base the hurting way. Now with runner at first, brings up the catcher, Vincent Arenas. Audens, as I'm being corrected by our PA and official scorer. Left-hander is in the box. As Trujillo taking a two-step lead off of first, and he's going. But Fowler wasn't able to get a good grip on the ball before he threw. Trujillo was running on first motion as soon as Pimentel looked back to the catcher. He was off and running. Runner at second, no out for Vinny Arenas. On deck is Yodiki. Outside, ball two. Pimentel with a look back. Ground ball fielded by Sammy Guerme, throws over for out number one. Nice shift over to his right to make the play. Runner Trujillo is at third now with one out. Brings up the base the first baseman, Moritz Yodike. On deck is the designated hitter, Stadler. First pitch to Yodike is high, ball one. Trujillo not taking much of a lead off of third. The 1-0 catches the plate, called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth. Next pitch bounced up in there. Doesn't get that far away from the catcher. Two ball count now on Yodike. High, ball three. Pimentel's 3-1 pitch is swung on a hit, foul and out of play behind home plate and into the wheat field behind the press box here. As I said earlier, there's not too many kids wanting to run out into the wet field, as we did have pretty heavy thunderstorms earlier this morning. 3-1 to Yodike. Sorry, to 3-2 to Yodike. Swung on and hit deep to right field and gone. 2-run home run. That ball just carried and carried and carried. That makes it 8-1 now, Cardinals. Just like the previous home run in the last inning, that ball just continued to carry. Don't know if there's a little bit of a jet stream heading out to right. Regardless, that does bring up the DH, number 9, Paul Statler. Statler now batting with no on and 1 out. On deck is the second baseman, Ila Musini. First pitch, Statler. Strike one. Can't tell from my vantage point if there is any wind blowing out to right. Next pitch is high, ball one. But that home run was just like the one from the previous inning, directly out to the Deutsche Baseball Liga sign we have out in right field. 1-1 pitch, swung on, tapped to third base, throws over and out. Second out has been recorded. Brings up to bat the second baseman, Eli Mussini. Eli Mussini batting now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Cardinals up 8-1. On deck is number 28, Jacob Bolt. Check swing. Doesn't go around according to first base umpire. Mussini has a 1-ball no strike count with 2 outs. Swings and fouls. Next pitch into the wheat field. Strike one. Pimentel is 1-1. Low. First base umpire says no. The bat didn't go around, even though it looked like it waved through the strike zone. 2-ball, 1 strike count now to Mussini. Pimentel's next pitch does catch the zone for a called strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Next pitch is unfortunately too low. It is now a full count on Mussini. Swung on and hit. Field. Oh! Stopped by Sammy Guerme. Unfortunately, just not able to be picked up. Had he fielded the ball, I'm not sure if he would be able to throw out the speedy base runner. Brings up the bat number 28, the right fielder, Jacob Bolt. Jacob Bolt batting with 2 outs and a runner at first. Pitch is called strike. Catches the top of the zone. Mussini not taking a very big lead, but he is quick. Mussini did show that he was running, but decided to head back to first on the pitch. Throw down little offline, but Noah Lawrence is able to keep his glove on it. It is a 1-ball, 1 strike count now to the right fielder, Bolt. Runner's not going. Fouled at home plate, strike 2. Even more fans coming into Dickman Field. Bolt with a 1-2 count now. Time is late time issued at home plate. Time was called as Pimentel was throwing, which that's rather late. Regardless, we did see that Mussini was running on first motion from the pitcher. Now the 1-2 to Bolt. Runner is going, and it is skipped up to home plate, and runner is going to third. He is safe as the tag was not applied. That is unfortunate, but time is being now called at third base as the base runner Mussini is needing to take a moment, as looks like he came in rather hard at third base. His manager is checking him out. Looks like everything's fine. So after the stolen base and wild pitch, it is a 1-ball, 2-strike count still to Bolt. Pimentel is ready, and the pitch. And that ends the inning on a called strike 3. Damage is done. Another runner has come across. Another 2 runners have come across. Going into the top of the 5th inning, Storm down 8-1. As we're going into the top of the 5th inning, Storm down 8-1. Looking back at some DBL action from, well, I would say earlier today, but we are the early game today. Coming up to bat now is our center fielder, number 11, Ian Hardman. Freisberg will face Hardman, Phil Meyer, and Oliver Yoakum. First pitch to Hardman. Little high, swung on a miss for strike 1. Next pitch is in there for a called strike 2. And Ian swings at a pitch above the letters for a swinging strikeout, starting us off here in the top of the 5th inning. Now coming up to bat is left fielder, number 31, Phil Meyer. Meyer now in the batter's box. First pitch he sees. High, ball one. Catcher sets up inside, but the ball stays high. Ball two. On deck, he has Oliver Yoakum. The 2-0 pitch catches the inside zone for a called strike one. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. Not swinging. Now a 3-1 count. Meyer's able to work a walk. Comes up. That brings up our right fielder, number 26, Oliver Yoakum. Yoakum batting with a runner at first and 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. Yoakum gets on base. It will be our catcher, Kane Fowler. First pitch of Yoakum is a called strike. Tries to lay down the bunt. Phil Meyer able to get the stolen base. But there's some confusion now. Home plate umpire is saying it's batter's interference on the throw, ruling Oliver Yoakum out on the interference play. Nope, it's been overruled. He did not interfere. Home plate umpire has been overturned by first base umpire. But sends Meyer back to first. Slight confusion as to what is going on. Once we find out what's going on, we'll let you know. Apparently the umpiring crew don't know what's going on. What we just saw was Oliver Yoakum trying to lay down a bunt as Phil Meyer was running. Meyer was able to take the bag. Home plate umpire was ruling that Yoakum was out on interference. First base umpire said no. Then the third base umpire is saying yes. Sends back the runner at first. Lots of confusion going on. Lionel Chatham is shaking his head in disbelief. We'll see what the ruling is here as soon as everyone resets. So, okay. Apparently, contact was made with the ball while bunting, which makes it a bunt strikeout, as when you bunt with 2 strikes and it's foul, it is an out. Sends back the runner to first. Now with 2 outs, runner at first, brings up our catcher, Kane Fowler. First pitch to Fowler, swung on, fouled, back to the backstop for strike 1. Next pitch is fouled out of play down the first base line. Quickly, it is an 0-2 count on Fowler. 0-2 pitch swung on and missed for a swinging strikeout to end the inning. Going into the bottom of the fifth, Storm down 8-1. As we're going into the bottom of the fifth inning, Storm down 8-1. Pimentel still on the mound. He will face Carl Wenzel, Christopher Goebel, and Nicholas Piontek in this inning. Warm-up tosses are over. Ball's being thrown around the infield. Coming up to bat for the Cardinals is the third baseman, number 4, Carl Wenzel. Wenzel is 1 for 1 in the afternoon. Runs scored. Unmute. There's mute. First pitch to Wenzel was high and inside. Ball 1. Second pitch fouled at home plate. 1-1 count now to start us off here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Pimentel with the 1-1 pitch. High, ball 2. The 2-1 pitch in there, called strike 2. As the rain is starting to fall here at Dickman Field. Two-two pitch on its way, swung on and hit, fouled back behind the press box here. Wenzel stays alive in the at-bat. Pimentel has a fresh ball as the rain is starting to fall here at Dickman Field. 2-2 pitch swung on and hit. Driven to center field. Ian Hardman's able to backtrack, makes the catch for out number 1. With 1 out, brings up to bat the left fielder, number 48, Christopher Gilbo for the Cardinals. Big curveball to Gilbo in there for called strike one. On deck is Piontek. 0-1 swung and missed. Swinging strike two. The 0-2 swung on and missed. That is a swinging strikeout for out number two. Now at 2 outs, brings up to bat the center fielder, number 10, Nicholas Piontek. The right-handed center fielder is now in the box. First pitch he sees, sticks his shoulder out there, almost gets hit. But it is a ball, as the ball did not actually hit his shoulder. That was being nudged into the flight path. I do see some action in the Cardinals bullpen. Next pitch was a called strike, so it is a 1-ball, 1-strike count with 2 outs to Piontek. Ball is hit, fielded by the third baseman, throws over. Noah Lawrence able to squeeze that ball. Oh, bang, bang play as the speedy Piontek made it more difficult than it should have been. But it is out number 3 to end the inning. It's a 1-2-3 inning. Brings us to the top of the 6th inning. Storm down 8-1. Coming into the top of the 5th inning, it'll be Petey Kiefer, Sammy Garamay, and Josh Harrison. First pitch to Kiefer is high for ball 1, up around his chin. Next pitch inside, ball 2. Next pitch is low and outside, ball 3. The 3-0. It is a 4-pitch walk to lead us off here in the top of the 6th inning, as that ball did not catch the zone. Petey Kiefer is on base, brings up second baseman number 8, Sammy Guillerme. But on that 4-pitch walk, brings up the Cardinal skipper coming out to talk to his pitcher. As I said, there is activity in the bullpen, but they had just started throwing. So we'll see what the result of this mound conference is, as Sammy Guillerme is talking it over with his skipper, Lionel Chatham, there at third base. So Cardinals manager has continued to talk to his pitcher as he walks off the field. Sammy Guillerme is getting into the box. With runner goes. There was no play sign given by the home plate umpire. That was seems like a quick pitch by the pitcher, but Petey Kiefer was running on first motion. Home plate umpire never told the pitcher play was resumed. Kind of an interesting situation there. Sammy Guillerme gets back in the box here. Let's see if Kiefer runs again on first motion. Isn't running, swung on and hit down the right field line, but out of play. Long foul ball for strike one. Kiefer running, but Guillerme swings and fouls the ball for strike two. The 0-2. Check swing. First base umpire says no swing. Ball one. Apologies if you see any activity going on with the cameras, as we're trying to keep the rain off the cameras. 1-2 pitches inside, ball two. On deck is our third baseman, Josh Harrison. Kiefer dancing off of first. And the throw over, not in time, but Kiefer does dive back in head first. As I see some kids playing here around the field, looks like they're throwing softballs around. They must have discovered our equipment shed. Kiefer running. He's safe at second. Pickoff move was in time as Kiefer was running on first motion, but the throw from the first baseman to second was offline. No tag applied as the ball was not caught, so it is a 2-ball, 2-strike count to Sammy Guillerme with Petey Kiefer at second. Hitters count with a runner at second on that stolen base. Swung on and hit. Splits the right fielder and center fielder all the way to the warning track. Petey Kiefer is coming around, and he'll cross home plate. It is a stand-up RBI double for Sammy Guillerme. The RBI double makes it 8-2. Brings up to bat our third baseman, number 4, Josh Harrison. Harrison looking down at the signs from his skipper. On deck is Noah Lawrence. Freisberg with a long look in. Pitch is swung on and fouled directly back to the net for strike one. Sammy Guillerme at second base. Discovered yesterday his brother, Luis Guillerme, was called up by the Astros and started last night. He had his first appearance for the Astros. Drew a walk in the only plate appearance that he had. Harrison swung and hit the ball directly to the second baseman for out number one. Sends Sammy Guillerme over to third. Noah Lawrence comes up the bat now with a runner in scoring position and one out here in the top of the sixth inning. First pitch to Lawrence, low and outside, ball one. On deck is Del Murro. Lawrence gets Wood on the ball, hits it to second. It's a sacrifice as Guillerme is able to come across for a run. Now with 2 outs, brings up the bat our designated hitter, Orlando Del Murro. Del Murro batting with 2 outs, no on. Hünstetten now down only 5 runs here in the top of the sixth. First pitch, Del Murro, high, ball one. Increased activity in the bullpen for the Cardinals. Del Murro pops the ball foul just behind home plate. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 out count now on our designated hitter. If he gets on base, it will be Ian Hardman. The 1-1 is outside. Ball 2. But the 2-1 is now 2-2. Now the 2-2 to Del Murro, swung on and hit, and lined directly to the left fielder for out number 3. Storm's able to put a crooked number up on the board. Going into the bottom of the 6th, Cardinals 8, Hünstetten Storm 3. As we're going into the bottom of the 6th inning, Storm down 8-3. Pimentel still on the mound. He'll face Trujillo, Arens, and Utica, the top of the order for the Cardinals. Lightly raining still here at Dickman Field. Hopefully it doesn't increase too much more. Warm-up tosses are over as Trujillo is settling into the right-handed batter's box. Roman Trujillo is 2 for 2 in the afternoon with 2 RBIs and his 2 runs, has 2 stolen bases. Swings and misses at the first pitch of the bottom of the 6th inning. Action in the Storm bullpen as I see Sebastian Morales warming up. Still action in the Cardinals bullpen as well. 1-1 count as Pimental's pitch is low and in the dirt for ball 1. One, 1-2. Trujillo swung on and fouled out of play down the first base line. Quite a mixture of outfits as I see people dressed for the summer weather and people dressed for winter, apparently, here at Dickman Field. 1-2 pitch swung on and popped high, but playable. Fowler makes the catch for out number 1. Kane Fowler able to track the pop-up, high pop-up that was just to the side of batter circle into foul territory. Brings up the bat number 5, the catcher, Vincent Arenas. First pitch on Arenas is outside, ball 1. On deck is the first baseman, Yodiki. Pimental's next pitch outside, ball 2, same location. Not sure if they're trying to get him to swing at something on the outside or he's just trying to get the outside corner. Next pitch in the dirt, gets away, ball 3. Now the 3-0 pitch from Pimental in there, called strike 1. Green light not active for Arenas on that 3-0 pitch. But Pimental's next pitch outside for ball 4. Brings up the bat Yodiki with 1 out and now a runner at first. Utica now stepping into the right-handed batter's box. I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to those of you who are tuning in live on YouTube. And a throw over to keep Trujillo from, Arenas from running. Wind is picking up. I can actually hear it rattling the press box here. Pimental's first pitch to Utica is in there for a called strike. Pimental has his sign. Throw over. Lawrence is able to get a glove on that ball, keep it from going out of play. Long look in. Runners going. No throw. It is a ball. Stolen base for Arenas. Now Yodiki is batting with a 1 ball, 1 strike count, 1 out, and runner at second. Pimentel's pitch high, ball 2. Quick look back at the runner at second. Kiefer shadowing behind the runner. Time is called by the batter. Now, play has been called by the umpire. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Once again, Pimentel taking a look back at the runner at second. The 2-2. Swung on and hit deep and foul down the... Oh, fair ball. It just curls in just over the line. Runner comes in from second. It is a stand-up double from Yodiki. That ball looked like it was landed foul, but third base umpire ruled it fair. Must have just hit part of the line, but it looked like it was a foul ball. At least from my angle, but regardless, it is a stand-up RBI double with 1 out. Makes it 9-3 here in the bottom of the 6th. Brings up the designated hitter number 9, Paul Statler, batting with runner at second and 1 away. Pimentel's pitch in the dirt, gets away from Fowler, sends the runner over to third. It is a wild pitch. Ball 1. Pimentel's next pitch is a strike, as first base umpire says the check swing wasn't checked. It went around. 1 ball, 1 strike count now on Statler. On deck is Mussini. 1-1 pitch in zone, called strike 2. The 1-2 pitch. Gets away from Fowler. Runner at third comes in, makes it a 10-3 ball game. Unfortunately, another wild pitch brings another runner home. Ball was in the dirt. Fowler was able to get in front of it, but ball just happened to skip off of his shin guards and not the direction he wanted. It's unfortunate. It still scores a run. 2 balls, 2 strike count now on Sattler. Weekly swung on and tapped foul. Keeps the at bat alive. Foul ball has been retrieved. The 2-2 pitch, Stetler. Inside, ball 3. Action continuing in the Storm bullpen as I do see Sebastian Morales warming up. Now the 3-2 pitch, Stetler outside, high and outside, ball 4. Brings up the bat number 18, the second baseman, Eli Mussini. Mussini batting with a runner at first and only 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Lionel Chatham has seen enough from Pimentel. He's coming out to take a little conversation to give Pimentel a little break. We'll see if he relieves him now or if he lets him pitch. We'll see. He's going to let Pimentel pitch. Morales is warm and ready. So no pitching change yet. Pimentel being the veteran, Chatham is letting the veteran get out of the situation. Second baseman Mussini now stepping into the right-handed batter's box. 1 out, runner at first. Strong pitch in there for a called strike 1. Regardless of the situation, end of the inning, or if the runner gets on, I think this might be the last batter that Pimentel faces. Next pitch, just a little high, ball 1. Pimentel's 1-1 pitch. Runner is going. Inside, ball 2. Throw gets away from Fowler, throws the ball past second base, but the runner does not go as Ian Hardman was right there to back up the throw. Stolen base. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Now runner at second. He erases the double play opportunity. Pimentel's pitch almost hits Mussini in the back pocket. Sends the runner to third. It is now a 3-ball, 1 strike count with a runner in scoring position. Runner's able to take third base on that wild pitch. The 3-1. Home plate umpire is yelling that it wasn't a strikeout. Well, then that means it's a walk. I don't know what's going on now. Not sure entirely what's going on, but that's now a walk. It looked like the last. I don't know if home plate umpire lost count himself, but regardless, Pimentel's day is over as Lionel Chatham is going out now to make the pitching change. So, not entirely sure what was going on previous pitch. looked like it caught the zone, but it didn't, so it should have been a walk, which caused the home plate umpire to stop play himself and yell that it wasn't a strike loud enough that we could even hear him here in the press box. And the next pitch was the same place. It ruled a ball 4. The previous pitch would have been ball 4, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that at bat. Regardless, it is runners at corners, and Sebastian Morales is Phil Meyer is in the pitch. Okay, Phil Meyer coming in the pitch. So we will have a double switch. I'm guessing there'll be more than just a double switch. We'll get the changes once we are told the changes. So it looks like Sebastian Morales will come in at DH. We have Douglas Yoakum now in left field. And Phil Meyer is being moved from left field to the pitching mound. So it looks like that is the changes that we have going on right now. Getting confirmation now, yes, okay, so it is Douglas Yoakum in left field. Phil Meyer has his warm-up tosses. He is on the bump now with 2 on and 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. He will face number 28, Jakob Bolt. Bolt now in the batter's box. First pitch from Meyer, swung on and hit deep to left field and fair. 1 run and scores. It is a 1 RBI double for Bolt. 1 pitch. And the ball was hit just down the third base line. Something's being said by home plate umpire to the Cardinals dugout with a smile on his face from the home plate umpire. Not sure what that's all about. With 1 out now, 2 on. Runners in scoring position for the Cardinals. Coming up to bat now is number 4, Carl Wenzel. The pitch from Meyer. Catches zone, strike 1. Next pitch from Meyer. Catches zone, strike 2. As rain is starting to fall a little bit harder now. Swing and a miss. That is a swinging strikeout for out number 2. Brings up the bat the left fielder number 48, Christopher Goebel. Goebel batting with runners in scoring position, 2 outs, and the rain is falling a little bit harder now. This is what the radar was showing, that we would have rain around 3 o'clock. Meyer's pitch in there, called strike. Our chief engineer, Angie Yoakum, going out trying to see what she can do to protect the cameras. Myers' pitch hit up the first base line, but stayed foul the entire time. Strike 2. No ball, 2 strike count now with 2 outs. It is darker here at Dickman Field. Let's see what happens next. Foul, back to the backstop, still 0-2. Myers' 0-2 pitch, weakly swung at, and what? Oh, first base umpire says no, did not go around. Excuse me? All right, fine. Ball 1. I mean, the batter nearly fell over swinging, but first base umpire, who wasn't looking, said it was not a swing. Next pitch, snow coned by Petey Kiefer for out number 3. And that ends the 6th inning. Going into the top of the 7th, Cardinals 11, Storm 3. So we're going into the top of the 7th. There is a pitching change for the Cardinals. As sirens are going off here in the area, we can hear I don't know if emergency sirens, if that's what weather related or if there's an accident, not entirely sure. It'll be number 32. I'll get the name once I actually have it for you. Apologies for not having the name of the new pitcher. I'm trying to get the changes that we have. Trying to get the name of the pitcher. Once we get the name of the Cardinals pitcher, we'll let you know, as we have not been signaled by anyone that there's a pitching change. Ian, we have a pinch hitter now for Storm. We have Jake Liberta pinch hitting. It is quickly 0-2 on our pinch hitter. Time called by Liberta. Liberta pinch hitting for Ian Hardman. Pitches outside for a ball. The pitcher for the Cardinals, number 32, Jacoby. Liberta swings and fouls the ball back to the backstop. Stays alive in the at-bat. Hardman being pinch hit for by Liberta. Liberta with 2-ball, 2-strike count. Swung on, tapped. Foul, stays alive. Phil Meyer on deck. Phil Meyer will be followed by Oliver Yoakum. The 2-2 outside, ball 3. Swung on and missed for a swinging strikeout to start the top of the 7th. Brings at the bat, Phil Meyer. First pitch of Meyer called strike. As the rain is starting to fall a little bit harder now. The 0-1 swung on and hit and lands in for a 1-out single for Phil Hartman. Phil Meyer, excuse me, I don't know why I said Hartman. Phil Meyer with a 1-out single brings up the bat Douglas Yoakum. Oliver Yoakum. Getting all types confused here as paying attention to the weather as I can see it raining harder off to our third base side. First pitch to Yoakum is a called strike. Even as the rain is falling harder, I do see a lot of kids enjoying the open Little League field beside us. Whoa, that ball was in the other batter's box, but called strike. Quickly 0-2. Swung on and tapped, gobbled up by the shortstop who's out at second. Throw is offline, pulls the first baseman off. Safe at first. Yoakum safe at first. Brings up to bat the catcher, Kean Fowler. Fowler batting now here in the top of the 7th with 1 out, runner at first. Or 2 outs, runner at first. First pitch in there, called strike. The 0-1 swung on, and it is a 2-out. Oh, bobbled by the right fielder. All the way to the fence. Coming around is Yoakum, and he'll be in standing up. It is a 2-out, 1-run RBI double for our catcher, Kean Fowler. Kean Fowler with the 2-out RBI double makes it an 11-4 ball game. That brings up Petey Kiefer. Petey Kiefer in the left-handed batter's box. 2 outs and a runner at second on that 2-out RBI double by Fowler. First pitch high, ball 1. On deck is Sammy Guerme. Rain is steadily falling now. Outside, ball 2. Home plate umpire stepping out. Not sure what was being said. The 2-0 pitch. Inside, ball 3. Wish I had a stopwatch to see how fast Yoakum made it around from first. He was flying on that. The 3-0 gets the 3-0 strike zone, called strike 1. Catcher setting up outside. The 3-1 swung on, fouled, back to net, strike 2. Full count now on Kiefer. Gets on base. Sammy Guerme will have an at bat. Swung on, driven, foul down the third base line, out of play. That foul ball does keep the at bat alive. Kobe has come set, steps off. As I said, rain is falling a little bit harder now. Three-two fouled. Fouled at home plate, keeps the at bat still going. Once again, the 3-2 pitch to Kiefer. Swung on and missed on a pitch inside for a swinging strike 3 to end the inning. Storm's able to get a run in that inning. Going into the bottom of the 7th, Cardinals 11, Storm 4. We'll see if we have a delay with weather, as rain is steadily falling here. Once we get an indication of what's going on, we will let you know. But until then, it is 7th inning stretch time. As we're going into the bottom of the seventh, Storm down 11-4. Phil Meyer still on the mound, taking his warm-up tosses. I see the home plate and third base umpire standing, looking at the batter circle. Warm-up tosses are done. We'll see if we'll have any suspension of play. Doesn't look like it right now, as I keep looking to see how the batter's boxes are. Meyer asking for a ball. No one's giving him a ball. Now he has one finally. As we're going into the bottom of the seventh, it'll be Nicholas Piontek, Roman Torillo, and Vinny Arians, the three batters being sent by the Cardinals for this half inning. Pitcher Meyer swung on and popped high, but playable. Noah Lawrence calling for it himself. One pitch, one out here in the bottom of the seventh. That'll bring up number 21, the shortstop, Roman Torillo. Even though the rain is falling a bit harder, I do see many huddled around umbrellas, big and small umbrellas, but then lots of kids playing over on the other field. Pitch low outside, ball one for Meyer. Now, it's a 2-ball, no strike count to Trujillo. High, ball three. Fowler was set up low and outside, but the ball stayed over the plate but high. Trujillo did not swing. Conditions becoming a mess here as I see more fans diving for cover. The 3-0 is in there for a strike, so it is a 3-ball, 1-strike count now to Trujillo. But Meyer loses Trujillo on the next pitch. It is a walk to Trujillo, bringing up number 5, the catcher, Vincent Arenas. Now it looks like Meyer is having the umpires come out and check the mound, saying that the conditions are getting a little sludgy out there. Little help from his second baseman. Meyer is able to get his cleats cleaned as the rain steadily falls here at Dickman Field. Check the runner at first. Throw over, as Trujillo is known to run. Meyer had a long look in. Check back the runner at first. Pitch is outside, ball one. On deck is Yodiki. Doesn't catch the zone. Ball 2. Swung on and tapped slowly to second. Gets the out at second on the lead runner. So it is a fielder's choice. Out number 2 is made. Brings up the bat number 3, the first baseman, where it's Yedicke. Yedicke batting 2 outs, runner at first. As we have a slight break in the action, we had a defensive change we did not give you in the previous inning. Josh Harrison was subbed down at third base for Sebastian Morales. Meyer with a check at the runner at first. Throw over. Arenas not going. He only had about a maybe 1.5 step lead off of first. Ball bounces right in front of plate, but bounces high enough for a Fowler to miss it. Runner is able to make second, as the pitch never actually went past the front of home plate. Myers having to clean the mud that is caked inside his spikes as the rain continues to fall here. Umpires are having him play since we are in the bottom of the 7th. Meyer ready, checks the runner at second. It is a wild pitch. Runner goes to third. Meyer appeared to slip on that pitch. Couldn't tell if the ball slipped out of his fingers as well. But on his plant foot, he did not plant exactly where he wanted. Conditions are getting still not the greatest out there. But the umpires are not stopping play. 2-0 pitch, swung on a miss, strike 1. It is now 3-1 as the next pitch is low. The 3-1 from Meyer. Swung on, tapped, foul, full count. It is interesting actually seeing the fans here in attendance as Meyer is trying to get a better grip with his on the mound as the wind is picking up. I can see that. The 3-2 outside, ball 4. That'll bring up to bat number 9, the designated hitter, Paul Statler. I was going to say, find it interesting, those that are undercover and those that are not. The ones that are not are the baseball players, those here in the game that we're watching now, and also on the side field we have kids that are playing. Those underneath the umbrellas are the adults. With 2 outs, 2 on, Statler up to bat. First pitch is a throw over, trying to keep Yodiki from advancing. And Myers slips, hits the batter with a ball that was not thrown hard at all, loads the bases, brings up the bat number 18, the second baseman, Musini. Mazzoni coming up to bat, bases loaded, 2 out. And on that hit batsman, Phil Meyer looked like he was not happy with the grip he had on the ball or the conditions of the pitcher's mound. First pitch swung on, stopped, flipped to second, flipped to the shortstop, 4 out, number 3. 7th inning comes to an end. No runs come around on the bases loaded. Takes us to the top of the 8th. Storm down 7. Umpires are signaling. Looks like we're either in a rain delay or, I don't know. Yep, rain delay has been signaled. Time to cover the pitcher's mound and the batter's circle. We'll see how long the delay is, as we do have a second game that is scheduled to kick off as soon as this game ends after a short break. We'll see what the umpires rule. But for right now, it is just a rain delay. Once we find out anything else, we'll come back to you with that information. At the moment, we are going into the top of the 8th inning. Cologne Cardinals 11, Hünstetten STORM 4. But as of now, it is a rain delay as tarps are coming out onto the mound in the batter's circle. Time for a little break from us here in the press box. I'll come back to you once we find out anything more. We are still live here at Dickman Field. We're going into a rain delay, unsure of how long that is. We are turning off our outside cameras to protect our electronics. When we come back, it will be radio mode as unless the weather clears up. It's just a way for us to protect electronics that we do have out here. Once we find out any other information, we will bring that to you, let you know how long this rain delay will be. Again, this was game one of a scheduled 2-game afternoon. Game 2 will be a 7-inning game if we are able to play it. But as of now, not sure what's going on. We are in rain delay going into the top of the 8th inning. Cologne Cardinals 11, Hünstetten STORM 4. Players are huddled up in the dugouts and not sure where the umpires have run off to. But most people are seeking shelter underneath umbrellas. So for as of now, we are in a holding pattern, as it were. Rain delay here in Hünstetten. We'll get back to you as soon as we get more information. So back with an update, ladies and gentlemen. The game is in a rain delay. We'll probably stay in a rain delay now for the next 10, 15 minutes. The umpires will make a ruling whether we resume play or it's in the books. We've played 7 innings. Umpires can make that decision. The other decision that will have to be made, though, do we play game 2? We're very quickly coming upon a closing window for us to be able to get in 7 innings for a second game. Once we have that information, we will bring it to you. Some options for us. If they do decide to cancel this game 2, we do play another home weekend series against Cologne later in July. When that happens, they could do what they did here, have a 2-game, not doubleheader, but a 2-game series. Make up the game that we are missing here if we don't resume, and then play the other game. Once we do get an official ruling from the umpiring crew about our situation, we will bring it to you. But as of now, we're still in rain delay. We are back here at Hünstetten Field, in Hünstetten, live from Dickman Field. Rain delay looks to be coming to an end. The umpires are allowing the Cardinals to test the field conditions. Rain has not stopped. It is still lightly raining here in Hünstetten. But the umpires look like they want to have all 9 innings in the books instead of calling the game after 7. Where, yeah, looks like we are about to resume play. If that's the case, then Sammy Girame is coming up to bat now here in the top of the 8th for Storm. It'll be Sammy Girame, Sebastian Morales, and Noah Lawrence. And they will be facing Finn Jacoby, who is still on the mound for the Cardinals. So I want to thank those of you who did stay with us through the long rain delay. Wasn't as long as yesterday's in Cologne, but the first pitch of the 8th inning is a high pop-up by Sammy Girame and caught by the right fielder for out number 1. That brings up Sebastian Morales. As I do see, Storm did not have a first base coach because the inning started without any indication by the umpiring crew. But Morales does not swing at the first pitch, called a strike. On deck is Noah Lawrence. Next pitch, strike 2, quickly in the hole. Morales quickly in the hole, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, swung on and chopped, fielded by the shortstop who throws over, fielded by the first baseman for out number 2. Quickly 2 up, 2 down. Brings up our first baseman, number 66, Noah Lawrence. Lawrence gets on base. It will be Douglas Yoakum in our DH spot. Lawrence does not swing at the first pitch, but it is called a strike. Time called by Lawrence. Weather to our west is looking a bit brighter, but wind is still a factor here, and it is also still lightly raining with more rain in the forecast. Foul at home plate, strike 2. Jacoby has a fresh ball. And the 0-2 pitch to Noah Lawrence. Up around the head of Lawrence. He's able to duck out of the way. Ball 1. Again, I want to thank all of you who did stick with us during the rain delay. Still have quite a large crowd here. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 ends the inning. That does it for the 8th. Very, very, very quick 1, 2, 3. Now we go into the bottom of the 8th. Storm still down 11-4. Going into the bottom of the 8th, we have a pitching change as Sebastian Morales moves from third to the mound. He'll be taking over for Phil Meyer. Meyer is now at third in the double switch. Morales taking his warm-up tosses. He will be facing Bolt, Wenzel, and Goebel for the Cardinals this half inning. By all indications, we will not be playing the scheduled Game 2 this afternoon just because of timing. Here it is, 4:10 local time, and I don't believe there is enough time to get a 7-inning game in, especially when the radar shows more rain is on the way. As of now, we're going to be finishing up this game through 9 innings, unless, well, it would be nice if the Storm is able to take it to extra innings. It'd be even better if we were able to come back. It is possible. It's not over till it's over. So as Kane Fowler gets back behind home plate, the Cardinals send up number 28, the right fielder, Jakob Bolt. And the first pitch, high, ball 1. Bolt not swinging. On a pitch that was about chest high. Swings at the next pitch, skies it high, but is caught by Yoakum in left field for out number 1. That brings up the bat the third baseman, number 4, Carl Wenzel. The right-handed third baseman in the box, waiting for the first pitch. And that is an interesting situation as the pitch was behind his back, hits the bat, but the home plate umpire rules it as a hit batsman and sends him to first base. Okay. Brings up the bat now, number 48, the left fielder, Christopher Goebel. Goebel batting with 1 out and a runner at first. Pitch is low and outside and dirt for ball 1. Now, if the pitch is behind the batter and it just hits the bat, it's still considered a foul ball, but in this situation, it was ruled it hit the batter. Next pitch is sky high and a blue star catch by Jake Liberton, center field. Ooh, that is a highlight catch by our center fielder for out number 2. Brings up the bat the center fielder for the Cardinals, number 10, Nicholas Piontek. Piontek does not swing at the first pitch, but it is in there for a called strike. But the 0-1 pitch is inside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike count now on Piontek with 2 outs. The 1-1 swung on. Ooh, fielded by Morales on a great hop off the mound. Jogs it to first, tosses it underhand to Noah Lawrence for out number 3. The comebacker ends the inning, 3 up, 3 down. Going into the top of the 9th, Storm down but not out. Cardinals 11, Storm 4. Going into the top of the ninth, Storm down by 7. It's not over for the Storm yet. They still have opportunity to score some runs here. Jacoby is taking his warm-up tosses. It will be Douglas Yoakum, Jake Liberta, and Phil Meyer, the 1-2-3 for the Storm this half inning. As the tones of Sweet Caroline being broadcast here at Dickman Field. Can't tell if the sky is getting brighter or if the rain is just lightening up. Either way, it's still rather windy out there. Still no ruling if we will start Game 2 or if they will actually cancel Game 2. Warm-up tosses are finished. So, coming up to bat now, our left fielder, number 22, Douglas Yoakum. Jacoby pitches to Yoakum, catches the top corner for a called strike 1. Next pitch swung on, and it is a fair ball down the third base line. Oh, wait. Oh, ruled foul. That looked fair, but the third base umpire ruled it foul. So, strike 2. Yoakum's back in the box with an 0-2 count. Bends out of the way of a pitch that would have caught him in the shoulder if he'd not moved. So it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count now. Outside, ball 2. Yoakum doing a good job not swinging on the pitch that was out of the zone. But that does catch the zone for a looking strike 3 for the first out of the top of the ninth. And that brings up our center fielder, Jake Liberta. Left-handed Jake Liberta was the one who made a Blue Star catch in center field in the bottom of the 8th inning for out number 2. First pitch to him is outside, ball 1. If we do happen to have this next game, Liberta will be our starting pitcher. Outside, ball 2. Two-0 on its way. Low, ball 3. On deck is Phil Meyer. Let's see if Liberta has the green light to swing on the 3-0. Does not swing. And it is a 4-pitch walk. Wow, that ball did not catch the zone. It is a 1-out walk for Liberta. Brings up Phil Meyer. On deck. It is. Yeah, on deck is Oliver Yoakum. I had to make sure. Liberta has his lead. Pitch is outside for a ball. Oh, it is a called strike, low in the zone called strike, and Liberta was running on that play. Unfortunately, he's tagged out running, so 2 outs with no one on now for Phil Meyer. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs now. Berta's not too happy with himself on that one. And Meyer, chopper to short, throws over, and that's into the ball game. Final Cardinals 11, Hünstetten STORM 4. It's the end of the game that started yesterday and was delayed due to weather. So the next game, if we do start the next game, will be a 7-inning game. We will wait to see what the umpiring crew have decided if we do continue or if we postpone game 2 until the next time we play the Cardinals. And once we find out what's going on, we will bring you that information. So for right now, we're once again in a wait. Not a rain delay this time, now just a decision wait. Regardless, we will be ending this stream and moving on to the Game 2 stream if we do have that Game 2. So once that is decided, we will let everyone know through socials, and then we will start up the next stream. So thank you for joining us for this finishing of Game 1. I've been James Passo. I'll be back with you for our next game, whether that is here in the next 30 minutes or if that's next weekend. Goodbye for now.